What would you do if you found yourself in the crosshairs of one of the world's most secretive and unpredictable regimes? Imagine being born into a family that rules with an iron fist, only to find yourself an outcast, a pariah. This was the life of Kim Jong-nam, the half-brother of North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. Born as the eldest son of Kim Jong-il, the former supreme leader of North Korea, Kim Jong-nam was once the apparent heir to the Hermit Kingdom. However, an incident involving a forged passport and a trip to Tokyo Disneyland led to his falling out with his father. This event marked the beginning of his life in exile, a life marked by a constant threat lurking in the shadows. Kim Jong-nam found himself in a precarious position, estranged from his family, his country, and living under the constant fear of being targeted by his half-brother's regime. Kim Jong-nam's life was anything but ordinary. His days were filled with whispers of assassination attempts, rumors of spies tracking his every move, and the ever-present danger that his half-brother might succeed in eliminating him. Despite living thousands of miles away from North Korea, he was never truly free from its influence or its threats. The reports of previous assassination attempts on his life were chilling. His every step was shadowed by the specter of danger, a testament to the lengths that the North Korean regime was willing to go to remove any potential threats to their power. Despite living under such extreme circumstances, Kim Jong-nam took every precaution to protect himself and his family. He lived a life of caution, always looking over his shoulder, always aware that his past could catch up with him at any moment. He knew that he was a marked man and that his life was hanging by a thread, but he could never have predicted just how and where the end would come. But despite his precautions, Kim Jong-nam's past was about to catch up with him in a most unexpected way. February 13, 2017, a day that started like any other but would end in tragedy. Our tale unfolds in the heart of Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia's bustling capital, at its vibrant airport. On this fateful day, Kim Jong-nam, half-brother to North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un, navigated through the lively throng of travelers. Little did he know that this would be his last journey. Kim Jong-nam's movements were casual, almost mundane. Checking in for his flight to Macau, he was just another face in the crowd. The airport's hustle and bustle provided the perfect backdrop for the impending calamity, a grim dance of fate masked by the ordinary. Then, without warning, the unthinkable happened. Two women approached Kim Jong-nam, their actions swift and decisive. In the blink of an eye, a deadly substance was smeared on his face. The women vanished into the crowd as quickly as they had appeared, leaving behind a man grappling with a sudden, inexplicable assault. The initial confusion turned into alarm as Kim Jong-nam's health rapidly deteriorated. He sought help, his condition worsening with each passing minute. The once crowded airport now seemed a desolate place, the echoes of laughter and chatter replaced by the grim specter of death. Meanwhile, news of the shocking incident began to ripple around the globe. Reports of the audacious public attack on a member of North Korea's ruling dynasty sparked a frenzy of speculation and concern. Governments, intelligence agencies, and ordinary citizens alike watched with bated breath as the drama unfolded. Yet, amidst the chaos and the clamor, a life was silently slipping away. Despite the frantic efforts of medical personnel, the deadly toxin coursing through Kim Jong-nam's body proved too potent. The man who was once in line to lead North Korea breathed his last, far from home, in a foreign land. As Kim Jong-nam succumbed to the deadly toxin, the hunt for his killers began. In the aftermath of the shocking murder, a global manhunt was underway. It was a race against time, a chase that spanned continents and drew the attention of the world. The assassins had vanished into thin air, leaving behind a trail of political intrigue and a world grappling with the audacity of the act. The international community was swift in its response. Investigations were launched, security footage was scrutinized, and within days, the faces of the two women who had carried out the attack were splashed across news outlets globally. They were Siti Aisyah from Indonesia and Doan Thi Huong from Vietnam, two seemingly ordinary women caught in an extraordinary plot. The pursuit was relentless. Interpol issued red notices, their highest level of alert, effectively placing the women on the world's most wanted list. The authorities zeroed in on them, and in a dramatic turn of events, both women were apprehended. Siti was detained in Kuala Lumpur, while Doan was captured in Hanoi. Their arrests marked a major breakthrough in the case, but it was only the tip of the iceberg. Meanwhile, the assassination had sent shockwaves through the corridors of power. It strained diplomatic relations, particularly between North Korea and Malaysia. The Malaysian government expelled North Korean diplomats in response to the incident, a move that was met with a similar action from Pyongyang. The diplomatic fallout was intense, and the incident became a stark reminder of the real-world implications of such brazen acts of violence. The chase had ended, but the story was far from over. As the world watched, the trial of the two women unfolded. Both maintained their innocence, claiming they were duped into carrying out the attack, believing it to be part of a television prank. As the legal proceedings dragged on, the international community was left grappling with the complexities of the case. But as the assassins were brought to justice, a bigger question remained: who was really behind the murder? The pursuit of truth would take investigators down a rabbit hole of conspiracy theories and clandestine operations, a journey that would expose the dark underbelly of international politics. As the world reeled from the brazen assassination, all eyes turned to North Korea. Suspicions of the Hermit Kingdom's involvement in this audacious act were not unfounded. A trail of evidence, like breadcrumbs in a dark forest, led investigators back to the secretive nation. Two women, both claiming they were duped into believing they were part of a prank show, were left to take the fall. Yet the puppet master behind this deadly spectacle was believed to be hiding behind the fortified walls of North Korea. Let's delve into the history of North Korea, a country notorious for its iron-fisted rule and the ruthless purges under its current leader, Kim Jong-un. Since his ascension to power in 2011, Kim has shown an unquenchable thirst for absolute control. Potential rivals were systematically eliminated, creating a climate of fear that kept his rule unchallenged. The world was left horrified with the assassination of his half-brother Kim Jong-nam in 2017. Many believe this act was a clear message to any who dared to defy him. The theory that Kim Jong-un ordered the hit on his half-brother is not far-fetched. Kim Jong-nam, once the heir apparent, lived in exile and was an outspoken critic of his half-brother's regime. Some believe he was viewed as a threat to Kim Jong-un's rule, and this made him a target. His assassination was not merely a personal vendetta, but a calculated political move designed to consolidate power. While the North Korean regime has never publicly claimed responsibility, the evidence paints a compelling picture of its involvement. The country's history of political assassinations, its leaders' unyielding pursuit of power, and the circumstances surrounding Kim Jong-nam's murder all point towards the same conclusion. While the truth may never fully come to light, the murder of Kim Jong-nam remains a chilling reminder of the lengths some will go to maintain power. The echoes of Kim Jong-nam's murder still reverberate today. It was a shocking moment that sent ripples across the globe, leaving a lasting impact on North Korea, the international community, and most notably, the lives of North Korean defectors and critics. The assassination was more than an act of fratricide. It was a chilling message to all those who dare to defy or criticize the North Korean regime. A clear demonstration of the lengths Kim Jong-un would go to silence opposition. North Korean defectors and critics were left shaken, their sense of security shattered. The event served to underscore the immense risks they face, even beyond the borders of their homeland. The diplomatic fallout was significant. Relations between North Korea and Malaysia, once cordial, soured dramatically. The assassination in broad daylight on foreign soil was a blatant disregard for international norms. It strained North Korea's ties with several countries, further isolating the already reclusive nation on the global stage. The search for justice has been a struggle. Despite the high-profile nature of the crime, achieving accountability has been an uphill battle. The opaque nature of North Korea's regime, coupled with its propensity for secrecy and denial, has made it challenging to pin down the true architects of the crime. Meanwhile, North Korea, under Kim Jong-un's rule, continues to grapple with numerous challenges. Economic woes, exacerbated by international sanctions and the COVID-19 pandemic, persist. The country's pursuit of nuclear weapons and intercontinental ballistic missiles, despite heavy scrutiny and condemnation, remains undeterred. The thirst for power, it seems, is unquenchable. In the end, the story of Kim Jong-nam is a stark reminder of the dangerous game of politics played on the world stage, a game where lives are often the cost of power.